morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV and my name is Shivangi Shukla. Welcome to today's segment of Quick Morning, where we delve into the latest news and updates from around the country, across the world, to set the tone for your day. From tracking EAM's 6-day visit to UK and Ireland to Trump's imposition of stiff tariffs against Canada and Mexico. Stay tuned as we bring you the ground realities of these developments. But that's not all. We'll also be covering all the news coming in from business, sports and entertainment in a jam-packed lineup for this morning. So let's kickstart for today's mega news show here on Republic TV. Let's start with Nation First on Quick Morning. External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar will embark on a 6-day visit to UK and Ireland today to explore ways to further boost bilateral cooperation. Jaishankar will also be the first travel to London to hold talks with his British counterpart, David Lammy, on a range of bilateral, regional and global issues. The meeting comes against the backdrop of heated exchanges between US President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy that drew global attention 2 days after the rare clash between Trump and Zelenskyy. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer hosted a summit with European leaders in London and vowed to work towards a peace deal to end the war in Ukraine. Jaishankar and Lammy are also expected to touch upon the ambitious India-UK free trade agreement. Major step towards strengthening the Indian Air Force. An Empower committee on Monday submitted its report to the government, outlining a strategic roadmap for enhancing the force's operational capabilities. Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh presented the report to Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in the national capital. The report provides a comprehensive plan to modernise IAF through technological advancements, force optimization and self-reliance in defence production. It emphasises short-term and long-term measures to ensure the IAF retains its air superiority amid evolving security challenges. The high-powered committee conducted an exhaustive assessment of critical areas requiring intervention, recommending a structured approach to modernization and force augmentation. A Monday morning alert: BSF troops on duty observed suspicious movement of a Pakistani intruder who has crossed the international boundary and started approaching towards border security fence, taking advantage of undulating ground and wheat crops in the border area near the village near Amritsar. And now attentive BSF troops immediately challenged the intruder, but he did not stop his advance and started running towards the border security fence. Noticing his aggressive gesture, the troops on duty fired upon the advancing intruder in self-defense and neutralized him on the spot. Searching the area carefully, one mobile phone was recovered from his possession.
आज सुबह कुछ 7 बजे पाकिस्तान की ओर से एक आदमी आ रहा था और जब बीएसएफ के जवान ने उसको रोकने के लिए बोला और उसको रोका, लेकिन वो रुका नहीं है। जब वो इंडिया की तरफ आ रहा था, ना रुकने के कारण बीएसएफ के जवान ने फायरिंग की और इसमें उसकी डेथ हो गई और वो डेड बॉडी उन्होंने हमारे हवाले कर दिया और उस डेड बॉडी को हमने सिविल हॉस्पिटल में अगले 72 घंटों के लिए रखा हुआ है।
Shizuna MP Nagesh Maske has filed a complaint at Wagle State Police Station against Maharashtra Samajwadi Party President Abu Azmi over remarks on Aurangzeb. He demands a sedition case against Azmi, calling Azmi's statements anti-national.
देखो, अबू आदमी के ऊपर द्वेषद्रोह का गुना दाखिल करना चाहिए। यहाँ महाराष्ट्र में नहीं, पूरे हिंदुस्तान में रहने का उनको अधिकार नहीं है। जिस औरंगजेब ने हिंदुओं की सैकड़ों हजारों मंदिरें तोड़ महिलाओं पे अत्याचार किया, छत्रपति संभाजी महाराज पे क्रूर अत्याचार किया, वो देश के खिलाफ था। उसने अपना देश लूटा। उसका अगर भलामण उसके ऊपर स्तुति सुमन से अबू आदमी कर रहे हैं तो ये हमको सहन होने वाला नहीं है।
At the budget session, Assembly session, now the BAC meeting discussed allocating funds for the MLA Constitutional Club, in which CM Siddaramaiah approved. They also pushed for a salary revision, citing rising living costs and financial strain. Although a 2022 amendment mandated a salary hike every year, it was never enacted into law or implemented. Initially, the CM did not approve the salary hike, stating that he would review the matter. However, he later agreed to the revision and a new bill will be introduced in the Assembly session to formalize the increase. 10 days after the partial collapse of the SLBC project tunnel, it left 8 people trapped. The Telangana government is exploring the option of deploying robots into the rescue operation to prevent any threat to the rescue personnel. Large quantities of slush and water inside the tunnel posed a challenge to the teams involved in the rescue operation. And we also see that the district superintendent of police has said the possibility of involving these robots in the ongoing rescue effort is being considered, as safety of the rescuers is important. Tamil Nadu CM M Stalin has urged the Prime Minister Modi to take steps to sign a new agreement with Sri Lanka to facilitate fishing by the state's fishermen. Now, if we come to know that addressing official events, Stalin says that the arrest of fishermen by Sri Lanka was the biggest issue faced by the district, and he pointed to the recent arrest of 32 fishermen from Rameshwaram and their 5 fishing boats, and him taking up that matter with the centre, citing the centre's report that till November 22nd, 2024, Tamil Nadu fishermen have been attacked 736 times by Sri Lankan Navy. Stalin asserted that the responsibility to find a permanent solution to the fishermen issue lay with the union government. Supreme Court has allowed the podcaster David Lammy to resume his podcast subject to maintaining morality or decency and making it suitable for all viewers of all ages. Now, a bench of Justices Surya Kant and N. Koteshwar Singh have observed Lamy's submission that the podcast was his only source of livelihood. And about 280 persons he employed depended on the show. The court therefore modified its February 18 order barring Lammy and his associates from airing any show on YouTube or any other audio-visual platform. The bench during the hearing took exception to those writing articles on freedom of speech and expression post its February 18 order and observed it was adept in dealing with the matter. All right, tracking the world of business now, viewers. We bring you all the latest updates, which is going ahead and shaping India's economic landscape. Okay, from Ola Electric laying off thousands of its employees to Mumbai's hearing against SEBI chief. Stay tuned as we delve into the key highlights shaping the business world right now. The recent filing with the stock exchanges, Paytm has disclosed that it received a show cause notice from the ED, the Government of India, on Feb 28th. Notice dated Feb 27, 2025 concerns alleged violation of the Foreign Exchange Management Act related to the company's past investments in 2 subsidiaries, Little Internet Private Limited and Nearby India Private Limited, formerly known as Groupon. Now, the alleged contraventions, which span the year 2015 to 2019, are reportedly related to FEMA regulations governing foreign investments in the 2 companies. Globally, the issues in question are tied to a time when the LIPL and NIPL were not yet subsidiaries of Paytm. In its response, Paytm states that it is currently seeking legal advice and evaluating potential remedies to resolve the matter in accordance with the applicable laws and regulatory processes. The former SEBI chairperson of the BSE, MD Sundaranam Ramamurthy, and 4 others officials and have been gone ahead and moved the Bombay High Court on Monday. Now, they are seeking to quash a special court order directing FIR against them for alleged stock market and fraud and regulatory violations. The pleas were mentioned before a single bench of Justice SGDK for urgent hearing. The bench says that it would hear the pleas on Tuesday and added that until then, the State Anti-Corruption Bureau, which was directed to probe the case, shall not act upon the special court order. Indian stock market faced significant turbulence in Feb 2025, witnessing sharp corrections across large cap, mid cap and small cap indices. Now, while initial optimism followed the union budget driven by tax breaks for the middle class and a revival in capital expenditure, this was soon overshadowed by relentless foreign investor selling, which has surpassed 250,000 crores in the last 6 months. A significant shift in the Indian automotive market. Mahindra M&M surpassed Hyundai Motor India in Feb 2025 to become the 2nd largest car maker in the domestic market, according to monthly wholesales data reported by original equipment manufacturers. M&M's domestic wholesales of Feb stood at 50,420 units, marking a 19% year-on-year growth. In contrast, Hyundai's domestic sales dropped by 4% year-on-year to 47,000 units approximately. However, when including exports, Hyundai has now retained its position as the second largest car maker from India, with total February sales reaching around 58,000 units compared to Mahindra's 52,386 units. Ola Electric Mobility Limited is laying off 1,000 employees and contract workers as part of its efforts to reduce financial losses. The company, led by Bhavish Agarwal, has now been struggling with significant financial losses in the previous quarter of the current fiscal year. Now, Ola reported a 50% increase in its losses. The round of layoffs involves more than 25% of company's workforce, which stood at 4,000 employees at the end of the March 2024. Beginning on the top international stories coming in right now, viewers. Today we delve into the significant developments from around the world, from Pope facing another setback in battling against illness to Canada vowing to impose retaliatory tariffs against US. Stay tuned as we unravel the latest updates shaping the global landscape. President Donald Trump has said a deal ending hostilities could be made very fast, but Zelenskyy does not seem to be interested. He further reiterated that if Zelenskyy denies to make a deal with Russia, then the country will not last for a long time. The comments come after a verbal spat occurred between the two in White House, after Zelenskyy remained adamant for US's support against Russia instead of a peace deal.
Not be that hard a deal to make. It could be made very fast. Now, maybe somebody doesn't want to make a deal, and if somebody doesn't want to make a deal, I think that person won't be around very long. That person will not be listened to very long. Because I believe that Russia wants to make a deal. I believe certainly the people of Ukraine want to make a deal. They've suffered more than anybody else. We talk about suffering.
President Trump has announced 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada from today, sparking renewed fears of North American trade war. He said the tariffs are to force two neighbors to step up their fight against trafficking into the U.S. Trump said that he would also add on a 10% tariff on goods from China, on top of the initial 10% he had put in place last month. Now, Trump's move comes after he provided a month-long delay in February as both countries promised concessions.
It's going to be very costly for people to take advantage of this country. They can't come in and steal our money and steal our jobs and take our factories and take our businesses and expect not to be punished. And they're being punished by tariffs. It's a very powerful weapon that politicians haven't used because they were either dishonest, stupid, or paid off in some other form. And now we're using them.
Pope Francis suffered two new acute respiratory crises as he was put back on non-invasive mechanical ventilation, and another setback to his battle to fight pneumonia. The crisis was a new setback in what has become more than 2-week battle by the 88-year-old Pope, who has chronic lung disease and had part one lung removed. Now, to overcome the complex infection that he is going through. Following the giant first truck attack that killed 14 people in the heart of New Orleans, the Department of Homeland Security upgraded the Mardi Gras to its highest risk rating. Numerous law enforcement officers were seen at nearly every intersection of the French Quarter as tourists walked past what is left of a memorial on Bourbon Street, honoring the 14 victims from the New Year's deadly attack.
This is my second time to New Orleans, visiting from New York. Sad that people lost their lives, but now there's such a strong police presence that I'm sure it's not going to happen again, at least for the foreseeable future.
Federal authorities in Los Angeles have arrested leaders of a human trafficking organization responsible for bringing more than 20,000 undocumented immigrants into the U.S. The organization was operating since 10 years, mainly transporting immigrants from Guatemala. With the arrest made, each defendant faces up to life imprisonment and the possibility of the death penalty.
I'm here to announce an indictment charging 4 defendants with operating one of the largest human smuggling rings in the nation. The indictment alleges a transnational criminal organization smuggled approximately 20,000 illegal immigrants from Guatemala to the United States via Mexico and then transported these aliens to cities throughout the United States.
Trump announced stiff tariffs against Mexico and Canada. Canadian foreign ministers warned of imposing $155 billion worth of tariffs against U.S. while pledging to impose huge tariffs against U.S. She remained ready for trade wars. She also informed that she would be discussing the same with Trudeau once she meets him.
Be clear, if Trump is imposing tariffs, we're ready. We are ready with $155 billion worth of tariffs, and we're ready with the first tranche of tariffs, which is $30 billion, which is already known.
Police in Kenya have opened fire on thousands of refugees in Kakuma refugees camp who took to the streets in protest demanding urgent action over severe food and water shortages. The fear exchange, at least 4 got injured from bullets. Demonstrations follow recent reductions in humanitarian aid, largely due to funding cuts from the United States Agency for International Development, a key donor to refugee programs to Kenya.
This is for others and oil. This is used. This is equivalent for 1 month. When you eat, assume for yourself, you don't have other income somewhere. It's only this. Well, this thing is enough for you. Imagine, if you think that there's not enough, please help us for this. This condition is affected us so long.
Trump announced that chip giant Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company plans to invest $100 billion on top of $65 billion in investments. Company had previously announced in US, or TSMC, the world's biggest semiconductor manufacturer, produces chips for companies including Apple, Intel, and Nvidia.
Today, Taiwan Semiconductor is announcing that they will be investing at least $100 billion in new capital in the United States over the next short period of time to build state-of-the-art semiconductor manufacturing facilities. I think mostly it's going to be in Arizona, which is what I understand, which is a great state. I like it because I won it, but I won most of them actually. But I did. We won it, and we won it big. The most powerful AI chips in the world will be made right here in America. And it'll be a big percentage of the chips made by his company, but as you know, they're based mostly in Taiwan.
Viewers, let's get you all the updates coming in from the world of sports. We'll talk about all the updates from the world of cricket, from football, tennis, and much more in our next segment. Sports Minister Mansukh Mandaviya lashed out at Congress spokesperson Shama Mohammed for questioning India captain Rohit Sharma's captaincy and fitness levels, terming it deeply shameful and outright pathetic. Her remarks come after Rohit was dismissed for 15 runs off 17 balls during India's Champions Trophy match against New Zealand. Australia captain Steve Smith indicated a large role for spinners on a dry pitch here. Said his side's fortunes in Champions Trophy semi-final depend on how they negate the Indian show. The bowlers of India, who are the slow bowlers of India. India has employed 4 spinners against New Zealand in the final group match here on Sunday and choked a capable Kiwis batting unit to register a 44-run win. BCCI Secretary Devajit Sekia has slammed Congress spokesperson Shama Mohammed for going ahead and questioning India captain Rohit Sharma's captaincy credentials and fitness level, saying it was a very unfortunate for a responsible person to pass such a trivial comment in the middle of the national team's Champions Trophy campaign. India has reacted, go ahead and reach the semi-finals of the ICC event and play Australia in the semi-final in Dubai. Bet Mooney was left stranded on 96 not out as Gujarat Giants scored 186 for 5 against UP Warriors in their Women's Premier League match. Mooney has cracked as many as 17 boundaries from only 59 balls in her innings, but with 10 runs needed to reach a triple-digit score the last over, she could only manage 5. Kolkata Knight Riders have announced Ajinkya Rahane as the captain for the upcoming Indian Premier League 2025. Rahane, who has led the Rajasthan Royals in the past, will lead the defending champions, with Venkat Venkatesh Iyer as the deputy. Rahane, the IPL winner from 2023 with Chennai Super Kings, was roped in at his base price of Rs 1.50 crores by KKR in the IPL mega auction. KKR was without a captain after they parted ways with their title-winning skipper Shreyas Iyer ahead of the 2025 auction. Indian cricketer Rishabh Pant was nominated for the World Comeback of the Year award, giving praise to his epic comeback journey from a near-fatal car accident he suffered more than 2 years ago. Pant is among the legendary club of athletes nominated for the honour, which features gymnast Rebecca, swimmer Caleb Dressel, and skiing star Lara Behrami, MotoGP star Marc Marquez, and much more. And getting you some more updates coming in from the world of glamour and entertainment. Let's see what's happening. What is happening at the carpet of the Oscars. This and much more as we unravel all the latest updates from the entertainment industry this morning. Let's get started. Adrian Brody, Zoe Saldana and Sean Baker brought their Oscars to the Vanity Fair party to celebrate their Academy Awards alongside fellow winners, nominees and A-list guests. Baker, after getting an Oscar for the Best Director from Quentin, expressed joy and excitement.
It meant everything in the world. It was like a full circle moment because honestly that's where I saw Mikey for the first time in Once Upon a Time. So it was like, it felt right.
Congratulations.
Full of Rio's top samba schools took center stage on the opening night of Carnival parades. The Brazil city's famous samba dome was now filled with color and Saula's glamorously dressed performers topped elaborate parade floats. Now, Rio's Samba drone has now been a home to parades since 1980s and a symbol of Brazil's carnival festivities. As of Oscars continue, Anora won this year's Academy Award for the Best Picture. A producer has expressed excitement over the award given to the movie for the way it has been filmed.
I think it's a great way to go. I'm so glad Anora won because it revitalizes independent movies, which is great for our business. And I loved his speech about theaters. I really did. I thought it was great. We got to go to the theaters. It's an emotional experience with a group. It really is terrific.
And Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton and other superstars joined Oscar winners and other celebrities late Sunday night at the Vanity Fair party. Patrick Schwarzenegger talked about his starring role in the new season after the hit series of White Lotus and said that he was confident that people would love that season.
Yeah, it's been surreal. I mean, it's been like amazing to... I mean, I knew people would love the season. I knew they'd love the show. My character's out there. There's a lot more to come, but I'm glad that people are hating him and loving him at the same time. That's my job, so...
And viewers, that's all we have in this segment of Quick Morning. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back tracking the top updates coming in and the biggest stories coming in here at Republic TV, India's #1 news channel. Stay tuned.